here's the effect of these bioactive compounds in plants, really these phytochemicals, and here's the effect of drugs on the same pathway. And the phytochemicals actually seem to be more effective than a lot of the drugs, which was kind of blew my mind.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, that's how I got into this whole area of food as medicine, is I started...
Meet Dr. William Li, a world-renowned Harvard-trained medical doctor, researcher, and president and founder of the Angiogenesis Foundation, who has significantly contributed to medical science. His work has led to more than 40 FDA-approved therapeutics and devices for cancer, cardiovascular disease, wound healing, and vision loss. He is also a New York Times best-selling author with Eat to Beat Disease, the new science of how your body can heal itself. Recently, he published a new book, Eat to Beat Your Diet, Burn Fat, Heal Your Metabolism, and Live Longer. In today's video, we're diving into 7 powerful snacks that can regrow stem cells, starve cancer, and ignite fat-burning processes from within. Curated by Dr. William Li. We'll explore the science behind each snack and share simple, delicious ways to weave them into your daily routine. These nutrient-packed bites don't just satisfy hunger, they help your body heal, defend, and thrive. What you snack on matters. The right blend of bioactive compounds can awaken regenerative stem cells, choke off cancer's lifeline, and fuel your metabolic fire. If you've ever wondered whether snacks can truly boost your health from the inside out, you're in the right place. We're uncovering 7 targeted snacks that may harness nature's power to regenerate, defend, and optimize your body, one bite at a time. These aren't fancy superfoods. They're everyday, accessible, and full of flavor. But before we continue, this content is provided for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider with questions about your health or medical condition. Do not disregard professional advice or delay seeking it because of something you have read here. So, why focus on snacks? Because choosing the right ones is like giving your body mini power-ups throughout the day. Tiny interventions that can have big effects. With polyphenols, flavonoids, healthy fats, and fiber, these snacks support cellular repair, inhibit cancer growth pathways, and ramp up metabolism. Research shows they can trigger apoptosis in defective cells, suppress angiogenesis-feeding tumors, and even activate thermogenesis to help burn visceral fat. Now, let's unpack the top 7 snacks that could help you regrow stem cells, starve cancer, and burn fat, all for a better, healthier you. Matcha mousse. You've probably had matcha as a drink before for its smooth, earthy flavor. But did you know you can transform it into a creamy, sugar-free matcha mousse that's also a potent snack to potentially regenerate stem cells, starve cancer, and fire up fat burning? Matcha is like green tea, but in potent powdered form, a source of EGCG and other polyphenols that, as Dr. William Li notes, cuts off the fuel lines to breast cancer stem cells and interferes with their metabolism, causing them to become inactive. By blocking cancer stem cell energy pathways, matcha also supports angiogenesis control and immune activation, key elements of Dr. Li's 5 defense systems.
There's a polyphenol. Everybody talks about polyphenols. I like to be specific. So the polyphenol that has been best studied in tea is called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, EGCG. And green tea has a lot of it because it's closest to what comes off the tea plant. And then everything from that, all teas come from that downstream.
Here's a simple recipe that turns matcha into a luscious snack. Start by whisking together 2 tablespoons of pure ceremonial grade matcha powder with a 1/4 cup of hot water until smooth and frothy. Then gently fold in 1 cup of chilled full-fat coconut cream, a tablespoon of sugar-free sweetener like stevia or erythritol, and a pinch of vanilla extract. Chill in serving glasses for at least 2 hours, allowing the mousse to thicken into a velvety texture. What you get is this sugar-free matcha mousse that delivers rich, creamy satisfaction while delivering matcha's stem cell shielding polyphenols in a dessert-style package. No refined sugar, no guilt. With each spoonful, you're indulging in a snack that may suppress cancerous activity, feed your defense systems, and support metabolic health. A delightful way to sneak a powerful anti-cancer, fat-burning boost into your day. Sweet tooth satisfied, mission accomplished. Kiwi Pops. Think of a bright, icy snack that not only cools you down, but also helps regenerate cells, support gut health, and even starve cancer, all wrapped into Kiwi Pops. Kiwis are celebrated by Dr. William Li as grand slammers of nutrition, especially when it comes to DNA protection and microbiome support. Packed with fiber and vitamin C, kiwis have been shown to reduce DNA damage by about 60%, slowing cellular aging and reducing cancer risk. They also promote growth of beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus by 35% within 24 hours, enhancing gut immunity and inflammation control.
That eating any number of kiwis, 1, 2, or 3, so even one could do this, could protect DNA from damage. In other words, the blood's ability to protect, shield DNA from damage was increased by 60%. In other words, kiwi has an antioxidant effect.
Here's an easy recipe to make refreshing Kiwi Pops. Start off by peeling and slicing 6 ripe kiwis, then place them in a blender with a tablespoon of chia seeds and 2 tablespoons of water to help thicken. Blend until smooth, then taste and add a drop or 2 of honey if needed. Pour the kiwi mixture into small silicone pop molds or ice cube trays fitted with sticks. Then freeze for 4 to 6 hours, or overnight for best texture. When frozen, run the mold under warm water briefly to release each pop. These Kiwi Pops deliver a burst of tangy sweetness while supplying stem cell regenerating antioxidants, prebiotic fiber for gut and immune health, and natural DNA protection. With each icy bite, you're nourishing your body's renewal systems, helping block tumor blood supply and fueling fat metabolism. Enjoy these guilt-free, flavorful pops as a vibrant, health-boosting treat, done without hassle. Before we move on to our next snack, if you are looking to dive deeper into the foods that can prevent cancer, be sure to subscribe to the Vitazen Health newsletter linked below. Each week, we share expert-backed tips, delicious recipes, and actionable steps to help you live longer and feel your best delivered right to your inbox. Crisp cod. Try picturing a satisfyingly crispy cod snack, not just a treat for your taste buds, but a smart way to regrow stem cells, starve cancer, and ignite fat burning from the inside out. Cod may not be flashy, but Dr. William Li emphasizes its power-packed benefits. Cod, haddock, flounder have omega-3s that support gut, brain, and immune health. These omega-3 fatty acids also help regulate angiogenesis, limiting blood vessel growth that feeds tumors, and support regenerative stem cell activity across your circulatory system.
And it turns out that more recent research has shown even a piece of cod, which is considered a not very oily fish, has enough omega-3s to actually do you some good. So if you want to actually enjoy seafood because of the omega-3, don't shy away from having.
So here's a simple recipe to turn cod into a crunchy, nutrient-dense snack. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Combine 1/2 cup finely chopped almonds, 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley, zest of 1 lemon, 1 tablespoon olive oil, and a pinch each of salt and pepper. Place 2 4-ounce cod fillets on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Drizzle with olive oil, season lightly, then spread a thin layer of Dijon mustard over them. Press the almond herb mixture firmly onto each fillet, ensuring a crisp crust. Bake for 12 to 15 minutes until golden and crunchy. with the cod tender inside. This crisp cod delivers flaky white fish, rich in omega-3s, and a crispy, herby crust for satisfying texture, even better than traditional fried versions. Each bite brings together anti-angiogenic power, stem cell support, and metabolism-boosting protein. It's a snack that allows your body to rebuild, defend, and thrive. No guilt, just delicious progress toward regeneration, cancer-proofing, and fat burning. All of this leading you to feel and look better. Tangy tomato bites. Imagine a bite-sized burst of flavor that doesn't just delight your taste buds, but also helps regenerate stem cells, support your gut, and even starve cancer. Introducing Tangy tomato bites. Tomatoes are brimming with lycopene, a powerful anti-angiogenic compound highlighted by Dr. Lee, who says that tomatoes contain lycopene, which restricts blood vessel growth, and that eating cooked tomatoes twice a week is linked to a significantly lower risk of prostate cancer. Lycopene also activates brown fat for weight loss and protects DNA from oxidative damage.
They measured their blood cholesterol and their blood sugars and all the parameters, inflammatory markers, and they found after a month of eating just 1 tomato a day, this is the only thing, they were able to lose 1 pound with just 1 tomato 1 hour before lunch.
What?
That's the power of the lycopene in the tomato. You don't have to do anything.
How exactly can we turn tomatoes into a savory, nutrient-rich snack? Start by slicing 12 cherry tomatoes in half and gently scoop out the seeds. In a bowl, combine half a cup of finely crumbled feta cheese, a tablespoon of chopped fresh basil, a teaspoon of olive oil, a pinch of sea salt, and a drop of balsamic vinegar. Mix until creamy and tangy. Spoon this mixture onto each tomato half, then lightly toast them under a broiler for 2 to 3 minutes, just enough to warm the filling and slightly soften the tomatoes. Finish with a sprinkle of cracked black pepper and serve immediately. These tangy tomato bites fuse juicy, earthy tomatoes with creamy feta and herbaceous brightness, offering a snack that's as flavorful as it is functional. Each bite delivers anti-angiogenic lycopene, gut-supporting nutrients, and metabolism-enhancing healthy fats. In this simple recipe, you're whisking together cancer-starving compounds, stem cell supportive vitamins, and fat-burning allies, all in a tasty, easy-to-make, bite-sized treat. Umami edamame munchers. Next up, we have a savory, satisfying snack that doesn't just curb cravings, but also helps regrow stem cells, supercharge your gut, and starve cancer. Meet Umami edamame munchers. Edamame, a form of fresh soy, earns high praise from Dr. William Lee as an unprocessed and fermented soy that suppresses cancer growth and prevents atherosclerotic plaque while supporting your microbiome and defense systems. The plant compounds in edamame, like isoflavones and fiber, enhance angiogenesis defense and stimulate stem cell resilience, all while helping activate metabolism.
What does Mother Nature have that can actually help our body cut off the blood supply to cancers like breast cancers? Well, the first one, by the way, was soybeans.
Here's a simple recipe to elevate edamame into a nutrient-dense treat. Take 2 cups of shelled edamame, frozen is fine. Steam until tender, then spread them on a baking sheet. Drizzle with 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. Sprinkle 2 teaspoons of tamari or low-sodium soy sauce, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon chili flakes, and a pinch of sea salt. Roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 minutes, tossing once halfway until they turn golden and slightly crisp around the edges. Let cool briefly before serving. They should be perfectly crunchy with warm, umami-forward flavor. These umami edamame munchers combine plant-based protein, fiber, and metabolism-boosting healthy fats and spices, ideal for feeding your microbiome, supporting DNA repair, and firing up fat-burning pathways. Each roasted bite delivers cancer-starving isoflavones, immunity-enhancing nutrients, and stem cell supporting compounds. A savory snack turned wellness weapon, deliciously simple and scientifically endorsed by Dr. Lee's food as medicine approach. Kale Crunch. Take this, a nice platter of crispy kale crunch that not only delights with savory snap, but may also help regrow stem cells, starve cancer, and stoke fat-burning metabolism, all in one leafy bite. Kale is a cruciferous powerhouse, rich in fiber, carotenoids, vitamin C, and glucosinolates, nutrients shown to support DNA protection, boost immune function, and inhibit carcinogenic pathways. As Dr. William Lee emphasizes, adding bitter, leafy greens like kale to salads activate your body's 5 defense systems, feeding gut microbes, supporting angiogenesis control, and igniting regeneration.
Check this out, kale, right? Kale is a brassica. It contains healthy bioactives like isothiocyanates, hard to pronounce, ITCs. They create sulforaphanes, and the things that make broccoli taste kind of sulfury. But it's really good for you. It's good for your immune system, good for cancer fighting, good for your circulation.
Here's how to make kale into a guilt-free crunch snack. First, tear 1 large bunch of kale, stems removed, into bite-sized pieces and wash thoroughly. Pat dry, then toss with 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. Spread the leaves in a single layer on a baking tray and bake at 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 to 25 minutes, gently turning once until the kale is brittle and crisp. For extra flavor, sprinkle a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika or nutritional yeast in the last 5 minutes of baking. These kale crunch chips offer warm, umami-rich crispiness with every bite, delivering fiber to feed beneficial bacteria, anti-angiogenic glucosinolates, and metabolism-supporting healthy fats. Each chip is a smart way to snack on cancer-starving compounds, support stem cell functionality, and boost metabolic fire. You get something tasty to munch on, and you take a further step towards wellness. Nut and Grain Bar, a wholesome tree nut bar that satisfies your craving for sweet crunch and actively helps regrow stem cells, starve cancer, and boost fat-burning metabolism. This is no myth. You can easily recreate this at home for an easy snack. You can even have to go. Tree nuts, like walnuts, almonds, and pistachios, are celebrated by Dr. William Lee as nutrient-dense powerhouses containing anti-angiogenic polyphenols and omega-3s that cut off the blood supply to tumors and support your microbiome, immune function, and DNA integrity. In fact, he highlights that eating just 2 handfuls per week was linked to dramatic improvements in survival for stage 3 colon cancer patients.
All these nuts, tree nuts, and that seed, the pine nuts, they contribute great source of protein, good source of healthy fats, dietary fiber, good for gut health, lowers inflammation, improves lipid metabolism, which can lower your cholesterol, streamlines your metabolism, and so it brings down your blood glucose, and they're actually absolutely delicious.
Now, take this simple pantry-friendly recipe to make 4 bars. Roughly chop 2/3 cup each of walnuts, almonds, and pistachios. In a bowl, stir together the chopped nuts, 1/2 cup of rolled oats, 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, and a pinch of sea salt. Lightly heat 1/4 cup of almond butter with 2 tablespoons of honey, or maple syrup, until smooth. Stir in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Pour the almond butter mixture into the nuts, then press into a parchment-lined 8 by 4 inch loaf pan. Chill in the fridge for at least 2 hours, then slice into 4 bars. These tree nut bars blend heart-healthy fats, plant protein, fiber, and metabolism-boosting seeds, all in a compact grab-and-go form. Each square delivers anti-cancer polyphenols, stem cells supporting omega-3s, and gut-nourishing nutrients. As Dr. Lee reminds us, they're not just snacks. They feed your body's defense systems repair from within, and fuel regeneration, making every bite a mini health boost. We've now talked about the 7 snacks, along with some fulfilling recipes that can help the body starve cancer and burn fat. But even with quality snacks in your diet, you might be missing another important factor when it comes to truly fighting cancer: keeping better track of your other meals. So, watch this next video to discover the healthiest food items that may help strengthen your body and really supercharge your defenses to help even further with starving cancer cells.